Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's session. I'm excited to introduce you to our topic, Mega Goal 1.1, Unit 3, which is titled What Will Be, Will Be. We'll be focusing on writing skills throughout this unit. In this presentation, I'll give you an overview of what you can expect to learn, including key concepts and activities. Let's get started and explore how we can develop our writing abilities together. Today, we will focus on some essential skills that will help us understand and enjoy stories better. First, we need to use these skills to deduce meaning from what we read or hear. Next, writing notes is important because it helps us remember key details. We also need to read carefully, especially when we're looking for specific information in a story, like hidden treasure. In this lesson, our objectives are to understand how to write notes about stories, particularly about hidden treasure, and to grasp the meaning of new words correctly. We'll be working with a story called Hidden Treasure, so paying close attention to details will be key. By the end, you'll be able to identify important information and connect it to the overall theme of the story. This will make your reading more engaging and meaningful. So, let's keep these points in mind as we go through the lesson today. So, on this slide, I want to introduce a famous animation series that many of you might be familiar with. It's centered around a classic story about a lost treasure, which instantly sparks curiosity and adventure. The main character in this series is a pirate, but not just any pirate. He's notable for having only one leg, which adds a unique twist to his character and challenges. This version of the show is actually a newer adaptation that was featured on Spacetoon, a channel known for showcasing animated series. And here's a fun little challenge. I encourage you to find the hidden picture within this slide, which ties into the theme of discovery and adventure. Overall, this slide is about blending popular culture with storytelling that emphasizes exploration and resilience, which connects to our broader theme of how stories and characters evolve over time and across different media. Have you ever watched a movie about finding a treasure? Today, I want to connect that idea to our topic. Just like in those movies, searching for a treasure involves curiosity, exploration, and sometimes a bit of adventure. When we talk about discovery and uncovering new information, it's a lot like searching for hidden treasure. It's exciting and rewarding when we find something valuable. So, as we go through this presentation, keep in mind that finding knowledge is much like that treasure hunt, full of surprises and opportunities to learn. This theme ties into our overall goal of understanding how exploration leads to growth and success. Let's take a closer look at this slide. First, we see an image of an octopus alongside some shipwrecks. What do you notice in the pictures? Think about the details, the octopus, the wreckage, and what they might tell us. Now the slide asks, someone who is responsible for something. Who do you think that could be? Perhaps it's the keeper of the shipwrecks, someone who looks after or studies them. So, what do you think the keeper is? Is this person a scientist, a diver, or maybe a conservationist? Consider the role they might play in protecting or exploring these underwater sites. Finally, the slide asks, what is the title of the text? This invites us to think about the main theme or message. It could be about responsibility, discovery, or the fascinating world of ocean life. Remember, this connects to our overall theme of exploring the mysteries beneath the sea and understanding the importance of stewardship of these underwater environments. So let's consider where the treasure might be hidden. Think about possible locations that are both secretive and accessible, places that could conceal something valuable without attracting too much attention. We'll explore some intriguing options and analyze their likelihood based on historical clues and geographical hints. Next, we'll talk about what the treasure might actually be. Is it gold, artifacts, or perhaps something more symbolic? Understanding the nature of the treasure helps us narrow down where it could be hidden and what clues to look for. Throughout this journey, keep in mind that the key to solving the mystery lies in connecting these possibilities, where the treasure might be hidden and what it could be, with the overall theme of discovery and exploration. It's about piecing together the clues to uncover something extraordinary. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. Would you have done the same or not? Why? What is your opinion of the fisherman's decision to contact the museum? He contacted the museum after discovering these remarkable objects. Imagine finding 30 perfect 12th century bowls right near the Korean shore. That's quite extraordinary. And then, consider the fisherman caught an octopus with blue shards attached to its tentacles, which suggests these artifacts might be connected to shipwrecks or ancient trade routes. He also caught another octopus with a whole plate, further indicating a potential link to historical artifacts underwater. This raises questions about whether the fisherman should have kept the objects or contacted authorities. In this case, he chose to contact the museum, which I believe was the right decision. It helps preserve the historical value of these artifacts and can provide important insights into our history. Now I'd like to hear your thoughts. Would you have done the same? Would you have kept the artifacts or reported them? And what do you think about the fisherman's decision to reach out to the museum? This example highlights the importance of respecting cultural heritage and making responsible choices when encountering such discoveries. Let's talk about a story that highlights the importance of perseverance and understanding value. Imagine someone deciding to buy a new farm, perhaps seeking new opportunities or a fresh start. While working there, he was digging near a tree, and this act of digging is significant. It shows effort and curiosity. Now, his son plays a role in this story, reminding us of the importance of passing down values and lessons. There's a table here that asks, what did he do with it? The answer is that he found something valuable. This is a key moment because it shows that effort can lead to discovering hidden treasures. The next question is, how did he find it? Which emphasizes the role of digging and patience. Who found it? Points to the person involved, likely the son, highlighting how discovery can come from the next generation. The treasure itself was a box full of gold and silver, symbolizing wealth and prosperity, but also the motivation for the son to work hard. This story teaches us that sometimes treasures are hidden right beneath our feet, under the tree, waiting to be uncovered with effort and persistence. Why did he hide it? The answer is that an old farmer hid it, perhaps to protect it or to teach a lesson about value and patience. The question of where was it hidden reminds us that sometimes valuable things are concealed in familiar places, but only revealed through effort. Finally, who did it? It was the old farmer. His actions were driven by wisdom and perhaps a desire to pass on a lesson. This story, embedded within the larger theme of our presentation, underscores that success often comes from effort, patience, and understanding where to look, lessons that are vital for achieving our goals. Follow these steps when you write a story. First, it's important to understand that storytelling is a process that requires careful planning. You want to start by identifying your main message or the core idea you want to convey. This helps keep your story focused and meaningful. Next, think about your audience. What do they care about, and how can your story resonate with them? Engaging your audience is key to making your message memorable. Then, outline the key points you want to include, making sure they connect logically and support your main message. As you craft your story, use a natural, conversational tone. This makes it easier for your audience to connect with what you're saying. Remember, the most important concepts are those that illuminate your main idea clearly and compellingly. Finally, always revisit your story to ensure it flows smoothly and that each part ties back to your overall theme. When you follow these steps, you'll create stories that are not only engaging but also impactful and aligned with your presentation goals. All right, let's take a look at this final slide. Here, we're focusing on the workbook exercise labeled as L on page 246. This is an opportunity for you to apply what we've discussed today through some practical, hands-on practice. The homework associated with this content slide is designed to reinforce your understanding and help you integrate these concepts into your own work or studies. Remember, the key points we're emphasizing include not just knowing the material, but being able to use it effectively in real-world situations. This exercise is connected to the overall theme of the presentation, which is about mastering these skills for better results. So, I encourage you to approach it thoughtfully, as it's a valuable step in your learning process. Completing this homework will help solidify your grasp of the concepts and prepare you for future challenges. So, take your time, review the material, and apply what we've covered today. Thanks for your attention, and I look forward to seeing your progress.